Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that affects so many of us: money habits. Specifically, the 3 money habits that are keeping you poor. Now before we get started, I want to emphasize that this isn't about judging anyone's financial situation. We've all been there, myself included. The goal here is to identify these habits and, more importantly, learn how to break them. Because the truth is, achieving financial freedom is less about how much you earn and more about the habits you cultivate. It's about making smart choices consistently over time. So whether you're just starting out or you're already on your financial journey, understanding and addressing these habits can be a game changer. Let's get started. The first and probably the most common money habit keeping people stuck is living paycheck to paycheck. This is a situation where your income is just enough to cover your expenses, leaving you with nothing to save or invest. It's a cycle that's tough to break. Each month, you find yourself in the same position, struggling to make ends meet. You work hard, you get paid, and then that money immediately gets eaten up by bills, rent, groceries, and other necessities. It feels like no matter how much you earn, it's never enough. This leaves you with little to no room for saving or investing, which are crucial for building long-term wealth. Without savings, you have no financial cushion to fall back on. It's like running on a treadmill. You're putting in the effort, but you're not actually getting anywhere. The harder you work, the more it feels like you're stuck in the same place. And the worst part? Living paycheck to paycheck constantly keeps you one unexpected expense away from financial disaster. A single unforeseen event can derail your entire financial stability. A sudden medical bill, a car repair, or even losing your job can throw your entire financial world into chaos. These unexpected expenses can lead to debt, stress, and a feeling of hopelessness. So, how do we escape this cycle? It starts with understanding your financial habits and making a conscious effort to change them. Well, stay tuned because in the upcoming sections we'll dive deep into practical strategies to help you break free from living paycheck to paycheck and start building a more secure financial future. We'll explore budgeting, saving, and investing techniques that can transform your financial life. One of the first steps to breaking the paycheck to paycheck cycle is understanding where your money is actually going. And I'm not just talking about your rent or your car payment, it's about those small, seemingly insignificant expenses that add up over time. Things like that daily latte, eating out multiple times a week, or those impulse Amazon purchases. These little things can quickly drain your bank account without you even realizing it. The goal here is not to completely deprive yourself, but to be more mindful of your spending habits. Identify your triggers. Is it stress shopping, boredom, social pressure? Once you pinpoint those triggers, you can start finding alternative ways to cope that don't involve emptying your wallet. Remember, awareness is the first step towards change. I know the dreaded B word, budgeting. It sounds restrictive and boring, but trust me, it's the foundation of healthy financial habits. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Start by listing out your essential expenses: rent, utilities, groceries, transportation. Then factor in your non-essential spending like entertainment or dining out, but set limits for yourself. The key is to create a budget that aligns with your income and your financial goals. Remember, it's about being intentional with your money, not depriving yourself. There are tons of budgeting apps and tools available, or you can go old school with a spreadsheet. Find what works best for you and stick with it. Now that you have a budget, it's time to get serious about cutting those unnecessary expenses. Remember those spending triggers we talked about? This is where we tackle them head on. Can you switch to making coffee at home instead of buying it every day? Could you cook more meals at home instead of ordering takeout? These small changes can make a huge difference over time. And don't forget about those recurring subscription services you might have forgotten about. Are you actually using that gym membership or that streaming service you barely watch? If not, it's time to say goodbye. Remember, every dollar you save is a dollar you can put towards breaking free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle. One of the most important steps in breaking the paycheck to paycheck cycle is establishing an emergency fund. Think of it as your financial safety net. This fund is designed to cover unexpected expenses like medical bills, car repairs, or even a sudden job loss. It acts as a buffer, preventing these unforeseen events from derailing your entire financial plan. Start by aiming for a small emergency fund, maybe $500 or $1,000. It doesn't have to be huge, just something to get you started. Then gradually work your way up to having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved. Having this financial cushion will not only give you peace of mind, but also prevent you from falling back into the paycheck-to-paycheck trap when unexpected costs arise. Let's be real, we live in a society that encourages spending. Targeted ads, social media influencers, and the fear of missing out all fuel our desire to buy. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new gadget, the latest fashion trend, or that picture-perfect vacation. But before you whip out your credit card, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, do I really need this, or do I just want it? There's a big difference. Needs are essential for your survival and well-being, while wants are often driven by emotions or external influences. Understanding the psychology behind your spending habits is crucial to breaking free from this cycle of unnecessary spending. We've all been there. You're scrolling online and suddenly, you stumble upon an irresistible deal, a flash sale, or a limited time offer. Your heart starts racing, and before you know it, you've hit the buy now button. These impulse purchases can be a major drain on your finances, especially if they become a regular habit. It's like throwing money away on things you don't need and probably won't even use. The key to combating impulse purchases is to implement strategies that create a pause between the desire and the purchase. One effective method is the 24-hour rule. If you find yourself tempted by an item, wait a full 24 hours before buying it. This gives you time to cool down, assess your needs versus wants, and determine if the purchase aligns with your budget and financial goals. Don't underestimate the power of marketing. Companies spend billions of dollars every year researching consumer behavior and crafting persuasive advertising campaigns designed to make you spend money. They use tactics like scarcity, social proof, and emotional appeals to trigger a sense of urgency and desire. It's important to be aware of these tactics so you can make rational decisions. One way to combat this is to be mindful of the media you consume. Limit your exposure to advertising, whether it's on social media, television, or websites. Unsubscribing from tempting email lists and unfollowing influencers who constantly promote products can also help reduce your exposure to these persuasive tactics. In our society, it's easy to equate happiness with material possessions. We're constantly bombarded with messages that tell us we need the newest car, the biggest house, or the latest gadgets to be happy. But the truth is, true fulfillment comes from experiences, relationships, personal growth, and contributing to something larger than ourselves. These are the things that bring lasting joy and satisfaction. Instead of chasing the fleeting happiness of a shopping spree, focus on cultivating meaningful experiences. Spend time with loved ones, pursue your passions, volunteer for a cause you care about, or simply enjoy the simple things in life. Breaking free from unnecessary spending ultimately requires a shift in mindset. It's about recognizing that your worth is not defined by the things you own, but by the value you bring to the world and the impact you have on others. Start by practicing gratitude for what you already have. Appreciate the roof over your head, the food on your table, and the people in your life. This simple practice can go a long way in shifting your focus from what you lack to what you already possess. Remember, true wealth isn't measured by the size of your bank account, but by the richness of your life experiences, the strength of your relationships, and the positive impact you have on the world around you. All right, let's talk about the third money habit that could be holding you back, not budgeting. You might be thinking, budgeting? That's so restrictive, I don't want to track every penny. And you know what? I get it. Nobody wants to feel like they're living under a financial microscope. But here's the thing. Budgeting isn't about restriction, it's about awareness. It's about understanding where your money is actually going each month. Because let's be real, most of us have at least a vague idea of how much we earn, but how many of us can say the same about where it all goes? Without a budget, it's incredibly easy to overspend without even realizing it. Those daily coffees, the impulse Amazon purchases, the subscriptions you forgot you were paying for, they all add up. It's like having a leaky faucet in your finances, slowly dripping money away without you even noticing. A budget acts like a financial roadmap, giving you a clear picture of your income, expenses, and where you can potentially cut back or redirect your money towards your financial goals. It's about taking control of your finances instead of letting them control you. When you have a budget, you can make informed decisions about your spending, saving, and investing. You can set realistic goals and track your progress towards achieving them. It's empowering to see your financial health improve over time. Plus, budgeting can be a shared activity. You can involve your family or partner, making it a team effort to reach your financial dreams together. So don't think of budgeting as a chore. Think of it as a tool that helps you live the life you want without financial stress holding you back. Think about it like this. If you were trying to lose weight, you wouldn't just blindly start exercising and hoping for the best, right? You'd have a plan, a strategy to follow, and you'd keep track of your progress along the way. You'd track your calories, monitor your progress, and adjust your approach as needed. This methodical approach helps you stay on course and achieve your goals more effectively. Budgeting is the same concept, but for your money. It's about having a clear plan and understanding of your financial situation. When you create a budget, you're essentially taking inventory of your financial health. You get a comprehensive view of your income and expenses. You see exactly how much is coming in, how much is going out, and where it's all going. This clarity is crucial for making informed financial decisions. This awareness is incredibly empowering because it allows you to make informed decisions about your spending habits. You can identify areas where you might be overspending and make adjustments accordingly. Maybe you discover that you're spending way more on takeout than you realized, and this insight prompts you to reconsider your dining habits. You might decide to start cooking at home more often, which can be both healthier and more cost-effective. Or perhaps you find that you're paying for multiple streaming services that you barely use. This realization can lead you to streamline your subscriptions and decide to cut back. By eliminating unnecessary expenses, you can free up money for more important things. The point is, knowledge is power. The more you know about your financial situation, the better equipped you are to make smart choices. And when you have a clear understanding of your finances, you can set realistic goals and work towards achieving them. You're in a much better position to make changes that can positively impact your financial well-being. This proactive approach can lead to greater financial stability and peace of mind. Now, I know what you might be thinking, Graham. I've tried budgeting before and it's just so time-consuming and complicated. But trust me, it doesn't have to be. There are tons of budgeting apps and tools available that make the process incredibly easy and even automated. You can use apps like Mint, YNAB, You Need a Budget, or Personal Capital to link your bank accounts and credit cards. These apps will automatically categorize your transactions, track your spending, and even help you set financial goals. They take all the hassle out of manual tracking and give you a clear, real-time snapshot of your finances. And if you're more of a pen and paper person, that's totally fine too. You can create a simple spreadsheet or use a budgeting template to track your income and expenses. The most important thing is finding a method that works for you and that you'll actually stick with. Remember, budgeting isn't a one-size-fits-all approach. There are different budgeting methods out there, each with its own unique approach. For example, there's the 50-30-20 budget, where you allocate 50% of your income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Then there's the zero-based budget, where you assign every dollar a job, ensuring that your income minus your expenses equals zero at the end of the month. This method is great for people who want to be extremely intentional with their spending. The key is to experiment with different methods and find the one that best aligns with your financial goals and lifestyle. Don't be afraid to try something new and adjust as needed. Budgeting is a journey, not a destination, and it's all about finding what works best for you. Listen, I know that budgeting might seem like a chore at first, but I promise you, the benefits far outweigh the effort. When you budget consistently, you gain a sense of control over your finances that you've never experienced before. You're no longer living paycheck to paycheck, constantly stressed about money. Instead, you're able to plan for the future, save for your goals, and handle unexpected expenses without derailing your finances. You'll be amazed at how much financial freedom you can create for yourself just by implementing this one simple habit. So, if you're serious about breaking free from the cycle of being broke, I urge you to start budgeting today. It's one of the most powerful financial tools at your disposal, and it can truly transform your relationship with money. That's it for today's video. We covered a lot of ground, from living paycheck to paycheck and unnecessary spending to the importance of budgeting. Remember, breaking free from these habits takes time and effort, but the rewards are well worth it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on how to improve your financial health. See you in the next video.